まあまあだったぞ。今日だけはお前たちを認めてやる。
Come on, guys, wait up! We don't fight!
Speak for yourself, Blue!
Run for it! They're gaining on us!
Will this nightmare ever end?
This is too easy. It's like taking candy from us. The humans got away!
Orange? I think that's the least of our problems. Look!
Huh?
Hello? Is someone in there?
Careful! Careful! Oh, well, would you look at that?
Oh, he sure is cute. What do you think he's doing locked up like that?
Isn't it obvious? Look at all these bones! Red's been feeding creatures like him to an even bigger monster, and he's next on the menu. Well, no sense in letting him go to waste.
Orange, do you ever not think with your stomach? He's a fellow rainbow friend.
Fine, but you got lucky.
Come on, help me bend these bars.
Wait, no, stop. What do you think you're doing?
What does it look like?
You can't do this. Stop before...
Huh, you're too late, Red.
You're free, little guy! What the...
What are you?
Run for it!
Where do we go now?
To my lab. I have a security system in place just for this. Go, go, go!
Eat this!
This way. Blue, help me with this.
Red, what exactly is that thing?
That is one of the Rainbow Friends Playplace's darkest of secrets. It is truly a tragedy, far more than you realize. Let me tell you the full story of the Yellow Rainbow Friend. It all started many years ago, on a local farm where a very happy family lived. A mother, a father, 7 of their children, and another very special little boy. This boy was not a member of this family, not really. You see, his own parents left him on the farmhouse's doorstep and took off. His cries awoke the farmers and, being the good-natured people that they were, they took him in and treated him as one of their own. Unfortunately, his siblings never gave him that same courtesy. As they grew older, all but one of his brothers and sisters began to tease the boy about how he wasn't a real member of the family. This saddened the boy, but he found friendship with the animals of the farm. They would never say such cruel things to him, because they couldn't talk. The greatest of his animal friends was a small yellow duck, which he appropriately named Ducky. Ducky and the boy were inseparable. It was as if they were tied to the hip, one individual. But there was another boy, too, that tagged along sometimes. One of the boy's older brothers. He was larger than the others, and would help defend the boy from their attempts at bullying. But he wasn't always there, of course. Over the years, the boy developed a severe lack of social skills due to his fear of communication born from confrontation. He only wanted to talk with Ducky, his one big brother, and the other farm animals. Because of his perceived cowardice, he earned himself a nickname, Chicken. Bullying only got worse once his big brother had to leave the farm. You see, he had developed an unhealthy eating habit, and fearing for his safety, the parents sent him away to boarding school, leaving his little brother alone with just Ducky to defend him. Despite his hardships, the boy grew into a young man and continued to live and work on the farm with Ducky. Unfortunately, his siblings still picked on him for his strange choice of company. But that wasn't the worst of it. The name Chicken had stuck with the man all of his life at this point, and in a cruel prank, they promised to lift the title. as long as he was brave enough to spend the night in a supposedly haunted building. If he refused, however, he would remain the biggest chicken alive forever. He could do nothing but accept. The man was scared as he entered the building, but thankfully, he had his old pal Ducky with him. Unfortunately, Ducky was afraid too, and this quickly became a problem as the duck got spooked and ran off into the shadows alone. The man couldn't leave his friend by himself in this strange new place, and so he began to explore, calling his companion's name as he did. The man followed a trail of Ducky's yellow feathers to this very lab and peered through the darkness, only to find Ducky cowering within what looked to the man like some sort of fancy telephone booth. The man reached in to grab Ducky, only to be pushed in by another man. Nee.
I should have known.
Yes, well, the glass door closed shut behind him violently. The man clutched to his feathery friend tightly, and before he knew it, the two were melding together, morphing and merging and twisting and turning, their DNA being rewritten to truly combine into one great and terrible being. My first attempt at creating a real rainbow friend. Yellow. It was beautiful. I should have known how strong Yellow was right then and there, but I was too greedy, too desperate. We needed the Rainbow Friends to succeed. Oddworld had just opened up down the road, and that blasted amusement park was going to ruin my life's work. But with Yellow, I knew I could turn the tide, so the next day, I was going to reveal him to the world. I began by showing Yellow off to the mascot versions of you other Rainbow Friends, who were, of course, just normal men in cheap outfits. They were amazed by his costume, but when he gave no reply, they shrugged him off as an anti-social jerk. Not too bad of a response, I figured, but then the guests arrived. Quickly, they all surrounded Yellow, cheering and laughing. They instantly fell in love with him. He was a success, and with him, I knew the Rainbow Friends would soon be a reality. Or so I thought. The guests danced and spun circles around the poor creature, who couldn't process the attention any more than he could recognize the circumstances of his own existence, and he snapped. Luckily, I was able to subdue Yellow with a tranquilizer dart. Afterwards, I locked him away safely as another one of my failed experiments, never to be seen again. Until today. I continued feeding Yellow in the hopes of turning him and Ducky back to normal one day, but as you know, that seems to be impossible.
Red, I feel like you're still leaving something out.
Yes, the last twist of fate. The larger boy, Yellow's sibling and one of his closest friends, was none other than the one he killed today, Orange.
Yellow, calm down, it's okay!
No, Blue, it's not. I deserve this. I may not be able to turn you back to normal, but I can do you a kindness and save your closest friend.
Red, what are you doing?
What I have to. It's done. How do you feel, Orange?
Hey, Yellow?